Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in your ass screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmakers getting cooked. When I spot a dirty cake of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty all picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
Yeah, let's get to the motherfucking monies. Welcome to the best MLB prop show on God's green earth. I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, and it's our last Tuesday show of the year. And of course, we have Ribeyes with Mike, as well as the pitchers I'm going to talk. As today, we're going to break down 4 pitchers, talk about another pitcher I'm leading under on, as that is the theme of today's freaking show, as it looks like I might be betting 4 fucking unders come today. And I don't want to bet unders, but if it makes me, it fucking makes me. So, yeah, if you tune into Twitter, I did give out Scooble this morning, 6 strikeouts, under 3.5 for the Rays team total. He just got his 6th strikeout, probably has one more inning to go with his pitch count allotted in that, somewhere between 90-ish pitches. And then we need that bullpen to keep doing what it's been doing, and that's keep them under 3.5 earned runs so we can get our first dub of the day. On this show, guys, we will talk the opening lines of pitching props as well as the closing K-prop lines 30 minutes prior to the show going live. So do me a favor, if you like what you're hearing, smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, where the fuck you been at? And hit the subscribe button while you're at it. But as the chat, I need y'all to do me a favor. If the Rays score, let me fucking know. If it's the end of the inning for the Rays, let me know they didn't score 2, please. I do have money on the damn Rays game, so I would like to know what's going on in that game. All right, guys, let's talk Justin Steele at the Phillies. First person on the board, where he's striking people out 24.5% while walking people 7%. Morning line was 4.5 plus 128. Best line available to that 4.5 is plus 110. His pitching outs and earned runs are not available, and that is because he is on a pitch count. Justin Steele gets the Phillies for the first time this year. And when we look at the Phillies numbers versus lefties, the last 200 plate appearances, we see why, though. You know, if you didn't already know he was on a pitch count coming in off the IL last week, he still didn't get to his allotted pitch count last week. So you've got to think he's right around that 75 pitches, 80 max today, about a strikeout per inning. But when we look at their numbers, it sure as fuck says, nah. Is there 200 plate appearances versus lefties? They're not walking. They're not striking out just 18% of the time with a top 7 ISO. Yet the Phillies clinched last night, and they like to partay. So I believe, guys, we are getting a makeshift lineup today with all the backups in. So it's hard for me to look at this prop now. I thought there'd be an advantage to backing Steele before the lineups came out. Yet you look at the past history in this lineup that they have, and 2 of the guys that will be in that are part of the bench that are also platoon players have only struck out 2 of their 16 at-bats. Now, when I look at Steele's plate discipline metrics, we have a guy like Scooble who lives in the zone. This guy is in the zone 9% more than league average. So I go run the so-called projected lineup for zone swing percentage and zone contact, because if you're going to take pitches, you're going to put yourself into a 2-strike count. And then the over is doable. But if you swing in the zone and you make contact in the zone, those are really quick outs or hits. So it comes down to, do we get the minor league lineup today that I think we get? Because the only 3 guys who come up with not going to get them as they swing in the zone and they have great zone contact are 3 of their studs, Turner, Harper, and Baum. Yet Castellanos, another guy I expect to be sitting today, has only struck out 2 of his 14 at bats. So if we really do get the everyday lineup, I still would look over with all this past history, because they got drunk last night. They're hungover. This game means absolutely nothing to them. And I bet the Yankees I bet Garrett Cole to win the game. No, I faded them that day. They clinched. I believe I was on the Yankees team total under that day with Logan Gilbert pitching. And the Yankees clinched. They barely drank, but they were partying. They didn't even clinch. They made a playoff burst, and they were partying. The next day, they went out and scored 2 runs off a 2-run home run in like the 3rd inning, and that's all they got. So there's going to be a whole lot of swing and miss. Let's just get this game done with. We're fucking hungover. We've already made the playoffs, and that's what we're going to get out of this type of game today. So it's over or nothing with Steele. I'm content not backing a guy on a pitch count personally. But from here on out, it's going to be a fucking theme. Where every guy we talk from here on forth, it is under or nothing for me. Logan Gilbert at the Astros, striking people out 27% of the time, while walking people 5% on the year. Morning line, 4.5, minus 122 on DK. Best line available to that 4.5 is minus 120 on FanDuel. Pitching outs is 18.5, minus 185 juice to the under, whereas earned runs are at 2.5. Minus 140 juice to the under as well. Projected lineup is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Here we go. I was like, okay, I saw a comment. I was like, don't tell me bad news. I definitely need the chat to keep me posted on what's going on in the Rays game, because I'm reading what I wrote, and I can't do 2 things like that at the same time. Sorry. But let's talk Gilbert. He gets the Astros for the 3rd time this year. We're back in the beginning of May. Gilbert went 8 innings, no runs with 6 strikeouts. Then the end of May, where he went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs with 5 strikeouts. Now, when we look at the Astros numbers over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitchers, we have a team not walking, not striking out 16% of their at-bats, yet they have a bottom 10 isolated power. And it sure don't help that Alvarez is not playing till at least the weekend. Now, this is a division game, so we have a boatload of past history in this projected lineup, combining in 153 at-bats, and Gilbert is just striking them out 19% of the time. And there are 2 reasons we get a low number on Gilbert. The Astros are not striking out, as well as Gilbert's past history. Now, when we look at Gilbert's place discipline metrics, we're going to see a guy who's in the zone 2% more than league average, and a guy who's better than league average at zone contact, chase, and he's elite when it comes to chase contact. Yet the numbers don't always mean everything, and good chase contact has actually been an issue with Gilbert in the past. So we need to run this projected lineup for zone contact for a guy who is in the zone, as well as chase contact. And do I have the nuts to take Gilbert under? As I was on Miller's under 4.5 last night, and Miller struck out the last 2 batters of the 7th inning to fucking hook me. I say that, guys, because I cannot let yesterday get in the way of today. And in this projected lineup, we have 8 guys who are better than league average at zone contact, with 5 who are better than league average at chase contact. And the 5 who are elite at chase contact also are elite in the zone contact. So 4 of those 5 guys and they happen to be 4 of the first 5 guys in this lineup, including Hayward. Now, the only issue I have with taking a Gilbert under is every time I seem to think it's an under spot with Gilbert, he goes out and puts up a fucking 10-piece on my head. So it's under or nothing for me right here, guys. When I go through this lineup, I come up with how many strikeouts did I have for fucking old douchebag McGee today? Gilbert. They got a half, so there's 1. You got Singleton. He can go down twice today, guys. That could be an issue. Okay. And then Hayward, no. Myers, yes. I come up with 4.5. 4.5. They got his number at a 5.5. And I like to talk about my wiggle room. So this man's going to have to get 6 strikeouts. I've got him for 4.5. That's not much wiggle room, but it's still under or nothing. And depending on how they stack this lineup, depending on if they sit fucking Singleton or if they sit Myers, who in his past history has struggled versus him, then it's under or nothing for me. But like I said, I'll probably only go half unit because it just has not been good for me to bet Logan Gilbert unders. So if I don't tweet out that I'm on him, it's because I'm a vagina. And every time I have bet him under, which is only twice this year, he's went out there. And I knew I wasn't cashing after the second inning. You know, it is what it is. But when you've got a guy not striking out 3 of the first 4 guys, if he strikes them out, man, we're in fucking a jiffy load of trouble. So it is what it is. It's under or nothing for me, and I get why we got a 5.5 and a very bettable 5.5 to a guy who's been murking that number. Another guy, the same type of situation that we got to talk about is Framer Valdez versus the Mariners. And do I have the balls to bet my first under with the Seattle Mariners this year? I mean, it's going to take massive balls to bet this, and then they'll literally give it out, because this one right here probably should backfire right in my face, right? It's Fram Diesel. He's the man. Seattle, they suck versus lefties. They probably do. They're probably going to get me. But let's talk them. 6.5 at even money is the best line. Pitching out 17.5 minus 200 to the over. Earned runs 2.5 minus 160 to the under. Projected lineup is 8 righties and 1 lefties. Valdez gets the Mariners for the 4th time this year. And like Gilbert, this is a division game, so we have a boatload of past history, combining in 176 at-bats, and Valdez is only striking them out 21.5% of the time, with not having more than 6 in any of the 4 games versus them this year. And that's saying something, guys, because up until this point, the Mariners have been striking out top 3 in the league versus lefties up until about the last month of baseball. So, seems like a spot that, pick on the Mariners. Yet over their last 200 plate appearances versus lefties, they're walking top 3 in the league. Huh? Okay, I'll give them that, dude. I'll give them that. But they're also striking out only 17.5% of the time. Whoa. No. Okay, but they have a bottom 10 ISO, so they can't fucking hit. So I gotta go see who they've seen in this time span. And the only lefty that I would bet on that they've seen in these numbers, I did bet him. It was Nestor fucking Cortez. He went 6 innings of no-run ball with 6 strikeouts. So their K percentage may be a tad bit off, but they have been walking for a while versus some really good lefties to boot prior to those numbers. Blake Snell walked his ass out the game with 7. Robbie Ray had 5, and there was some other good pitchers in there that they worked the counts versus. So why not get a 5.5 on this guy who hasn't had more than 6 versus this team in a year in 3 prior meetings? A K percentage of just 21.5% in a boatload of at-bats versus this lineup. And that's because, guys, he's hit that 6 or more in 9 of his last 10s. And the times he was dropped to a 5.5 were versus elite non-strikeout teams like the Dodgers and Padres. He still went 2-1 to the over 5.5. So the 6.5 they have to fucking put, guys. But as crazy as this sounds, it's under or nothing for me. Yet I just don't know if I can bet an under with these Mariners swing metrics. Their zone contact and chase contact are bottom 3 in the league. And them not hitting is the way this man goes 7+. And the longer he is out there, the more opportunity he will have to strike people out. Now, if they put in Garver for Haniger like they can, his K percentage drops to 19%. And that may be the final fucking trigger where I end up pulling the under 6.5 as a legit bet, as somebody going to put their nuts on the table versus the Seattle Mariners. And I might get hit by a fucking freight train. But everything's telling me under in this spot, and I can't be ignoring this type of shit, especially with 7 days left in the season. 2-0 Detroit. Let's go. That's better than 2-0 Rays, baby. Let's get it, dude. You know what else we need to get right now? We need to get out to the chat. I do appreciate all the chat who shows up. I know most of you guys do not jump into the comment section because I'm not one of those guys who goes through the comment section and sucks everybody's dick. That ain't for I, Captain Scooby. What is for me? Betting props. What is for the next guy? Betting props. What is for the last Megalodon living? Ribeyes. Ribeyes with fucking might.
Megalodon, the size of really 2 school buses. Are they extinct? Are they extinct?
That's the big question.
What's the new evidence now? A satellite photo near Sao Paulo. When you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
That's a 70-foot shark.
What up, Shark? How are you, my guy?
Big shark, big whoop.
Let's go.
Let's go, bro. I mean, I can't complain. Actually, I can complain, but at least Scooble's doing his job. Over the weekend was my first day I lost more than a half a unit in baseball this month. I bet one bet. I bet only one thing. And he got the living dog shit kicked out of him in the fucking second, third, and fourth inning. To where I knew I didn't have a shot in hell. So, sucks when you only bet one thing in a day. Life's a bitch and you marry one. And it's Scooble Day, baby. So we getting some money.
Some Scooby snacks. Let's go.
Man, bro, I know your boy Sweeney came through the next day.
Dude.
I mean, that's the way of the prop games go, bro. But if you bet props, you bet the guy on the street. You don't just randomly pick the day. Mike randomly shows up every Tuesday. But he bets those fucking same props, bro. You'll ride a guy, bro. 7, 8, 9 days, bro. That's baseball. When a guy's fucking hot, he's hot. When the guy's drunk, you fade him. And who's drunk today? The Phillies.
I think so. Lots of love for them Phils, man. It's great to see Red October back in business. But, talking about the hot bat, let's pop her off. We've already talked about this guy a couple of times. Let's take a look at this New York Mets game. What do you want to say? We got to go back to Enrique Iglesias here, man. The guy's got 16 hits in 16 games. They're pricing him at plus 236. Great hitting conditions out there. 9.2 miles an hour blowing out the field. It's Schwelly. It's good old Schwellenbach that he's going out there swinging against. But you said the 308 versus righties. He's got the consistency and the continuity. Here we are, plus 238 to get this guy an RBI. You mentioned it. Divisional games. Lots of at-bats against these guys. Look, this is going to be a bomb day. It's the last day for us to go and get this cash. So that's exactly what we want to do. Let's get this money. Let's make that cash.
Let's make it, brother. Like, I have never, ever done a show where the 4 out of the 5 guys I talk, I want to bet under. Like, this is, what the fuck? I woke up for this shit?
So, sometimes, I'll start off a show and I'll be like, just so you know, everything on the card looked under. I'm sure Nolan can appreciate that. Like, there's probably got to be a lot of times where he just like, and then of course, what happens? Like 14 games are played, probably 13 of them go under, and you're like, yeah. Now, as a guy that likes hitting props, not a lot of fun for those days, but it's all good. It's all good. Let's roll.
You'll find the spots for us, though, bro. You've been fucking hot as fish grease this last month, bro, and it ain't gonna stop today. It ain't stopping today.
We're ready to go. Now, speaking of some guys that we're going to take a little bit of a shot with here, the stable has opened up. Now, it's funny because we got Iglesias. Man, we probably got him. I think this is the 3rd time we've talked about him, and maybe 4 shows. And it's because he's just got that touch. He's seeing things incredibly clear right now. But, I told you guys this the last time around. There's guys that we want to take a shot on, like Sweeney, right? Was he in the lineup that day? If he's not, let's play him the next day. And there's a price for a guy like that. But I'm going to go north of the border. I'm going to go to my AL East team. I'm going to look at these Toronto Blue Jays. Man, I've got a spot right now. It's a little intersecting 0 spot to fade away on the Red Sox. It's hard to believe because I do like to play AL East teams when they're on the road, not at home. But, Francis, there's a guy that's been swinging. He's been doing well. He's been dealing with a 3.47 ERA. I'm going to pick on the other side, though. I'm going to try to take advantage of Bayo here in Boston. I think there's an opportunity for none other than Nate Lukes at plus 200. Going deep here. 15 games played in the month of September. He's got 5 ribeyes. Here's the problem this time of year. You got to find guys that have shit to play for. What's this guy got to play for?
A fucking
His
job.
His job. He's 30. He's fucking 30. He spent time in AA, AAA. But I've been watching him because he's a Buffalo Bison that's down the street from and I see that he's gone 31 RBIs this year. He's having a season. He's a guy that cares. How's that translating to the major leagues? Shit, just a week ago, they're playing that St. Louis Cardinals team. And what's he do? 8th inning, gets it deep, gets the W, goes out there. They sweep that series. And he's priced at plus 200. There's a guy that's got some shit to play for. 5 RBIs in his last 15 games played.
I mean, I do lineups daily, bro, because I'm constantly attacking batter by batter. He has been moved to the front for the last fucking like 5-6 days, bro. Like, he's been hot. They've moved him into a key RBI spot.
They're giving him an opportunity to go out there and show his worth, whether that's to be to develop him as an asset that they can move on. Or...
Got a 2-hole right now, bro. Like, that's your best hitter, 2-3 hole.
And that's why his numbers come down. It was like 320s last week, and he's down to plus 200 because I think of that advancement out there. So still think there's a bargain with this guy because, we look at the name on the back and we're like, who? And that's the case with a lot of these Toronto Blue Jays. But I think there's good money, man. I think that plus 200, we're going to cash with this guy here. I'm going to take 2 swings here, no pun intended with the batting props, but I got to take a look at these Marlins here. I'm looking at the Marlins and the Twins game, and I've said it before. Uber's an over to me. Now, interesting position for this guy because, what's he done? Well, he just had 12 Ks against that Cleveland Guardians team. That was a battle for that division, though. That was just a all-out, bar fight with chairs being cut in half and popping dudes over the head. And they came out of there, and at the end of the day, Uber is 1-4 in his last 5 games. So who's going to show up in this case here? I'm not laying a minus 250 on the Minnesota Twins. And if they're going to lose this game, then we might as well take a look at this Marlins side of things. Highest graded RBI guy across 3 of the dashboards and indexes I use today, Jonah Bride. Jonah Bride plus 275. Now, he's graded as highly as he is because it kind of creates this little algorithm between, number of expected at-bats, batting average, and then their price out there. So the bigger the price, sometimes the higher the value. But look, this guy's hitting in the 5-hole, I believe was the number I saw this afternoon with projected lineups. Who's he got in front of him? The best guy on the team in Berger to go out there and at least try to put runners in position, right? Ducks on the pond. We see that Jonah's hitting a 287 on the road. A 287 is phenomenal. His last 6 games, he's got 21 at-bats. He's got 3 RBIs. Here's a dude that's got 9 in the month of September. It don't matter that season's over for them, boys. He's still out there trying to swing his heart out, and I think it's a great matchup. It's a situational opportunity for this mark. There were probably 3 or 4 guys in this game that I could have easily looked at. I mean, Carlos Correa is certainly one of them. Why doesn't he grade very high? Well, he's plus 125. So the return or the risk and return ratio is not there when you see a Jonah Bride at plus 275. But I think that's going to be our high water mark. And then I got to go to Oakland. I love the narratives. I try to find a spot. What the hell's going on out there? And we got these Rangers. We've got Eovaldi coming in there. But we've got the Oakland Athletics in what should be their final tour at Oakland, right? I mean, we're still debating on where their stadium's going to play next year. Maybe they'll be playing in my backyard as a rare, transfer out east because they don't have anywhere else to play. I'd let them play there for free if they wanted. That being said, though, man, number 1 Oakland Athletic, it's Brent. It's good old rock star. And he's priced at plus 295. Big expectations for this guy. He gets drafted 23rd overall, 2018. So he's just kind of finding his peak performance. And he's now, again, the number 1 guy across all of the Oakland Athletics. We know that they were hitting like crazy, right? Ever since the All-Star break. But he's got a 296 batting average. He's got 38 RBIs. At 38 at-bats, 110 RBIs. Whoa, there's a kind of a little bit of a difference. 110 RBIs for this guy. Thing I don't like, Eovaldi could certainly go out there and shove, but he's got a 297 versus righties. Eovaldi's got a 219 versus righties, so we're going to get the most bang for our bucks here. I don't know. He's only got 1 RBI in his last 7 days. He does have 8 versus Texas, so he's very comfortable getting it done. He's got 46 at home. I think it's a great way to take this guy, and the fans, if they are there, will be cheering for him if they can hear him. But I think he wants to go out there. 19 RBIs in the month.
Which A was it?
Brent Rocker plus 195.
Oh, he's the one worth even talking about.
Yeah, if there's anybody on that team, just a good,
I
good old
believe
glory hole.
Noli said it the other day, dude. He's like, he knows he's playing for another team. He knows come on, the dude's like batting 300 with those power numbers that he carries. Yes, you could book him for a strikeout, but the power and 300, like, nah, bro.
That's it.
Nah, bro.
Key factors, guys that have shit that's on deck for them right now, things that do make a difference. And I love it. I think this is where you give your guys some opportunity here. It's the last one for the season. We're taking 4 big scores. Hell, you know what? You bundle 2 of them puppies together, and you do a little round robin action. You don't hear me talk about the round robin very much here, but choose the option of pick 2, let it go out there and give you all the assortments that go on. Man, it was a 17-1 last night I had on two anytime touchdown scorers, and they're all priced in the same vicinity that we have here today. So should be able to get yourself some nice 17, 18-1 price tags out there. If we just get 2 of the 4 home, it's going to be a profitable day, but I know we're going to get I feel like we got the board coming here today. It's the last day of the season, man. We deserve it. We've been working hard all year. Now's the time where it's put up or shut up.
Put up or shut up. So you coming with a 3-pack today?
Did I only give 3? Thought I got 4. Did
Luke's Bride Rocker.
Iglesias and Luke's.
Iglesias, that's who I forgot.
The
kid who freaking does the song, bro. I have his freaking
number 1 hitter in baseball. 16 hits in 16 games.
I'm sure I'm butchering his fucking name, fellas. Get over it. I cannot spell it. I tried twice. It's not happening. I did Iglesias or some bullshit.
Enrique Iglesias, man. You got you got down with some Enrique Iglesias, Sharpie. Come on.
Not gonna say I didn't sing a couple songs in my head. Hey, I was fucking close, fucking Noli. I just white boy spelled it. I wish you would have came on for a little earlier with that. I would have just copy pasted it, bro. Where the fuck were you, bro? He even got the little fucking on top. Noli's phone has those fucking buttons. I ain't got fucking Venezuelan phone, dog.
Man, it's great to see you guys, though, man. All you guys in the chat, it was cool to spend time with you guys this year, getting it done. Hopefully we can have some fun as we move into the postseason and try to get more of this red meat for us here. It's going to be, shit. You saw I was laughing at the video this morning, or the video on the intro there, because it's the hoodie. And that was the start of the season. It's hoodie season again, man. It is damn chilly out right now. It's been raining all day. Only a matter of time before the weather officially turns.
There is a lot of rain and a lot of baseball games today, man. Yeah. That is something that is definitely out there today. Man, these Tigers are going for the gusto, bro. They're sending out fucking a Scooble for another inning. And they like, yeah, we need this win. We got playoffs.
You're getting me playoffs? Let's go.
All right,
Sharpie, I always appreciate you, my dude. We got some things popping tonight, man. Hopefully you can swing on through and watch a little.
Tonight I will come on. A lot of the times, bro, these games are going on when I'm going on, and I'm a fucking pansy, bro. Like, I do not like watching my guy not do well, and then me start to stress my money. I get it. It's a live stream. People are having a blast. Mind you, I've had a heart attack. Part of it is watching every pitch and screaming that it's not a strike. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, dude, so hopefully I've got some money stacked away to where if I lose, I'm okay. But I hate losing money. I really fucking do. I do. So mad respect to everybody who does streams and does them daily and shows back up after getting salamied and faces the music, bro. Like, mad respect to what you do Monday through Friday, good day or bad day, you fucking show up.
Fortunately, we drive at a pretty consistent rate here, but that's the difference, right? You don't win them all. Nobody wins them all, but want to keep having you manage you guys hear from everybody all the time. The right bankroll, you have bullets to fire the next day. So managing appropriately, taking big swings with plus money opportunities, even winning at 50%, you can stack units up real high. And that's it, man. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to Noli. Shout out to Brandon the Great. Shout out to your chat. I know you don't read them off. I'll read them off. Shout out to Ben Stevens, Justin McKelvey. Appreciate all you guys, man. Thanks for hanging out with my dude here, Sharpie. Make sure you like the video. Michael P in the house. And Mr. Heat, I see you guys. Hey, yo, D. It's great to be here with you guys, man. Thanks for having me, Sharpie.
Yes, sir. As always.
Let's go, baby.
Megalodon, the size of really 2 school buses. Are they extinct? Are they extinct?
That's the big question.
What's the new evidence now? A satellite photo near Sao Paulo. When you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
Damn, if you would have told me Scooble goes 100 pitches, 7 innings, and doesn't hit 7.5 strikeouts, you would have got me for some money today. But thank God I thought he was only going 90, and I pulled him down because, my goodness, he had 99 pitches, 1 out left into the 7th, and he only got 6 piece. That's all we bet him for, baby. All right, fellas, we have talked a few pitchers today, and Justin Steele, guys, he's going to get the Phillies on a fucking, what I expect, a minor league lineup, but he is also on a pitch count. So maybe the under's the spot. I'm unless they force my hands, then I'll look to bet him. But I get it if you're on the over. You should grab it as soon as you woke up, and then you would have got plus 128, but people know what type of lineups are coming and have bet it for that reason only. Not saying that's the right bet, but we know what the Phillies were doing last night. And if you watch the Phillies the last 2 years, they have been just straight fadeable the 2 days after they have clinched. And wish Ranger Suarez was pitching because, man, that dude after party day, wheesh, that dude likes to give up his butt cheeks, but he's been doing that the last 2 months anyway. So, what can you count? Logan Gilbert, I'm heavy lean to the under, guys. Every time I bet him under, he tends to go over and kicks me in the nuts. But right now I've got him for 4.5. The number's 5.5. If this lineup is what I get, then I will take my shot. Framer Valdez as well, guys. Under 6.5 for him for me. Am I going to bet it? I'm up against the fence. Even Spin Doc was like, are you really going to fucking bet it? And I said, man, if they put Garver in for Haniger, they'll force my hands. Now, if he gets me in the 7th inning or the 8th, so be it. That was a good bet. Now, if he fucking gets 9 in the first 3 innings like he can do, then it was a terrible bet. So you may not want to tail me on the Valdez fucking under if I give it out. But at the end of the day, if it tells me to, I've got to. And it's the end of the year, man. It's like, man, it just says this is fucking under city with Framer Valdez, and watch him come out and kick me in the nuts. But that's where I'm at with that. Last guy that I'm going to break down before I talk another guy that I'm going to look under at is Logan Webb. Logan Webb at the Diamondbacks. Striking people out 20.5% while walking people 6% of the time. Morning line was 4.5 minus 128 on FanDuel. That is still the same exact line. Pitching out 17.5 minus 160 juice to the over. Earn runs 2.5 at a pick'em. Projected lineups is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Last guy we're going to break down, like super breakdown, is another under. It's the Undertaker's Day, it seems like. Another divisional matchup where we have a bunch of past history in this projected lineup. This time we get 155 at-bats where these Diamondbacks are striking out just 14% of their at-bats versus Logan Webb. Surprisingly, this will be just the second time this year that he faces them, where back in April, Logan Webb went 7 innings with 5 strikeouts. So obviously this is under or nothing with this past history. Yet, let's look at Webb's plate discipline metrics, and when we see that he is at least 5% worse than league average at zone contact and chase contact, so let's go run this projected lineup for those two things. And we come back with 2 guys being worse than league average at zone contact, 2 guys being bad at chase contact, with just Suarez being the only guy who was bad at both. As Suarez has struck out 3 of his 10 at-bats from Webb and is projected in the bottom 3 of the lineup. Now, the only other person striking out more than 20% of their at-bats is Marte, who is striking out a third of the time. So, okay, 1 from him. That's fine. You're going to see him 3 times. 1 out of you're striking him out 33%. 1 out of 3, not bad. You're going to see Suarez 2 times where he's at in the lineup. Okay, 1 right there. I've got 5 dead spots. If you take in past history, it's 6 dead spots. This is fucking under, or nothing, and there is no nothing probably meet for this. This is a must-win spot for the Diamondbacks. I do expect this projected lineup, but I do need to do my due diligence and make sure that this is the lineup we get from the Diamondbacks today. Another thing that I didn't put in my write-up that I wanted to pull up right quick, 17.5. When they have put Logan Webb at a 17.5 for his outs, that has not been good news for Logan Webb. And what I'm getting at, guys, is the last time was versus Baltimore last week. He went 15 outs. He did have 8 strikeouts, but only went 5 innings. Then we go back to the next time that he was a 17.5. Oh, wait, he hasn't been. This motherfucker's been an 18.5, 19.5, and 20.5, averaging 19 fucking innings a game. And they want to fucking put his shit at 17.5. He's in trouble today, guys. They put his earned runs at a 2.5. Okay, that's about right. That's where it's been at throughout his thing. The fact that he went 7 innings, had 5 strikeouts, and the fact that they're going to give you a 17.5 to parlay it with whatever the fuck else you want through today tells me this man ain't going 6. Versus this lineup, if you see them with your amount of a 14% strikeout rate versus them, there's no way in fucking hell. And this may be the only full unit under that I go today. And if it burns me, it burns me. But I've done the work. The work says under. The books are also giving me a hint that he ain't going fucking 7 today. And yeah, it's just going to be a simple, don't overthink it. Nah. Now, another guy I'm looking at fading today, guys, is Ryan Feltner. Uh-oh, I see a bunch of messages. Don't tell me someone just got, don't be a number 1 guy. Oh, my guy, Guillermo, motherfucking Zertucci. What up, though? Saw a bunch of people jump in there, so, okay, cool. Making sure that my boy didn't get whapped on while I was talking. Got to make sure the Rays stay at 0. That's right, baby, that's right. Bottom 7. Shout out to Noli for the under 6.5. Took his first under 6.5 of the year, and knock on wood. I don't know if that's wood. I don't know. All right, guys. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at fading Ryan Feltner. Now, when we look at Feltner's plate discipline metrics, and he pitches for Colorado going up against St. Louis, we see a guy who's in the zone 3% more. We see a guy who's terrible at chase contact. We see a guy who's league average at zone contact and terrible at getting guys to chase. I already know the St. Louis Cardinals lineup in my head, what they do or cannot do. Now, the only knock on them is they do take pitches, which can put you in a 2-strike count. But their zone contact and chase contact and the amount of chase that's not in this lineup, it's going to be either under 3.5 strikeouts for Feltner for me today that I'll tweet out, or I'm going to just take the earned runs over for St. Louis, as he may just get obliterated. And being Colorado, they may just leave him out there 4 or 5 innings, whether or not he's getting obliterated. And then if he hooks me that way, I'll be pissed. But I think it's going to be a really tough day. Nothing in these metrics add up for a good day for freaking Ryan Feltner, and I will be looking to bet his under on him as well. It's probably the first show in my history where 4 of the 5 guys I've talked are looking to bet today are unders. That's the way I'm fucking going today. That's the way they told me. The only guy I was looking to bet over today was old Scooby Snacks, and we gave that out this morning, and I pulled him down like a vagina. And pulling them down seemed to be the right way to go. We are now through 7 innings in the Rays game. Big whopping 2-0 to the home team. Yeah, let's just keep it out of 2-2. I don't give a fuck who wins this game. We can go 3-2. We can go 3-1. We can go 2-1. You know, not a big deal. So, appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Smash the like button if you haven't, guys. We do this out of our own generosity without no one giving us $1 for this show. We will be back this Friday for the last show of the season. Me and Spin Doc maybe pull on a batting prop for the last one. Maybe not. Maybe me and Spin just talk the whole fucking card. But yeah, until next time, guys, let's have a day and let's just keep it rolling. Bye, boy, baseball.
Buy a boy a baseball, get him outside, get his hands dirty, take a little time, give a boy a Bible, teach teach him how to pray. Thank the good Lord at the end of the day. Wake him up early, teach him how to work, spend his own money, show him what it's worth, yeah. He's gonna know it all, he'll slip and he'll fall, he'll pick himself up, amen. Yes sir, yes ma'am, show him how to be a man, so one of these days he can. Buy a girl flowers, take her to a show, treat her like a lady, and maybe down the road you'll give a girl a diamond, put it on her hand, watch her and her mama making all the plans, then get a little house on a little piece of land, build a little family, so maybe one of these days he can, yeah. Buy a boy a baseball, get him outside, get his hands dirty, take a little time, give a boy a Bible, teach him how to pray, thank the good Lord at the end of the day. Yeah, he's gonna know it all, he'll slip and he'll fall, he'll pick himself up.